Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Beck, along with the coach. Welcome to another edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. Well, Coach, this is a chance to pause a bye week. You've played 5, you've got 7 to go. Where do you begin in your evaluation of the team?
Well, the bye week couldn't have come at a better time. Right now we're a little banged up, but we got to get guys healthy as we get down to the 7-game stretch here at the end. We just got to keep getting better. We got to keep coaching our tails off. We got to get guys healthy. We got to evaluate, where we're at personnel-wise with what we're doing on offense, defense, and special teams. But at the end of the day, we just do 2 things we got to do. We got to get healthy. We got to keep coaching. We got to keep getting better.
Do you look to make changes at positions, or do you say, let's solidify those positions, let's find ways to improve?
Well, everything's kind of on the table. In a bye week, we got to go back through and we have just evaluate everything. And our depth, it starts with personnel. If you don't have the personnel in the right spots, you're not going to have a chance. So it starts with the personnel and then what we're doing, and just fundamentally where we at. And this, often is called a bye week. It's a week to improve for us, and we got to keep improving and keep getting better.
Coming off the game against Ohio State, do you have to worry about the spirit of your ball club?
Well, anytime you go through a game like that, you do. I feel really good about our team. We got tremendous kids in chemistry in this program. They'll bounce back. They're resilient. They've been through it before. Don't like it. It's tough, but they'll bounce back. And honestly, the kids usually bounce back better than the coaches.
The challenge in this league never changes because every week you've got a major opponent that's in front of you. How do you deal with that coming off of Ohio State, knowing you have 7 games left in the conference?
Well, let's be honest. Ohio State's a different animal than about everyone else in the league. It's the gold standard right now in college football, and they're as good as there is. So we just got to move on from this, and there's plenty of games on that schedule where we're going to be competitive with and have a chance to win. We didn't want the game to go the way it went last week. There were a lot of injuries throughout that game that really put us in a spiral. We just got to keep getting better. That's it.
I'm not saying you want to emulate a program, but when Ohio State comes in here, do you say to your guys, hey, this is the kind of program we want to become?
No, I don't talk to them. It's not about comparisons. It's about preparing our team and coaching our team. Every team in America could say that's who we want to be like. Do we want to be as big and strong and fast and physical as we can be? Absolutely. That's everybody's goal. But to put unrealistic comparisons right now today with where we're at on our football team, that's not fair. So we talk about just getting better. We got to coach, we got to develop, we got to recruit, and just keep working.
And Edwards breaks through. Touchdown Rutgers. Gus Edwards from 23 yards out.
Offensively, when you're able to establish the run, how much of a difference does that make? Even so far, we've seen that when you get something going, it just takes a lot of pressure off everybody.
Well, yeah, you want to have balance on offense. At the end of the day, it's about scoring points. And every week, when you go play a new opponent, you got to figure out how are you going to be able to do that, whether it's throw the ball more, run the ball more. It is obviously better when you can run the ball and do things like that because it sets everything else up. But at the end of the day, it's about points and how you got to put points on the board. And it does start with being up front, being able to run and protect the quarterback. We got to do a better job of that.
What about your play in the trenches, both offensively and defensively?
We got to get better at it. We've got some injuries that we've been battling through on both sides of the ball. We're battling in there. They're working really hard. They're bigger and they're stronger. Depth is a concern right now on both sides, though.
Speaking of depth, you've got Hampton and Austin, 2 guys that were really supposed to help this secondary, and now they're both gone. So who is it up to? Where does the responsibility fall?
Well, yeah, Bless Austin obviously tore the ACL. He's out for the year. Saquon Hampton and Kai Hester both got hurt, both of our starting safeties in the game against Ohio State. We're hopeful that they'll be back, and how long they're going to be out yet still to be determined, but we're hopeful that they're going to be back and they're not significant season-ending injuries.
In terms of the work ethic, what do you see from your football team through these first 5 games?
I've got no issues all the way since last January with the work ethic that our players have had. When you talk about building a culture, setting standards, it starts with the way they work, their attitude and their effort that they put forth every single day, and that's been extremely positive.
You said from the beginning this wasn't going to be easy to rebuild this program. Are you able to still sometimes step back and say, okay, this is just a beginning step. This is part of the process. Yeah,
I never made any promises or guarantees about how long it would take. We have a vision, we have a plan. That's where it starts from a leadership standpoint. That vision and that plan has not changed. It will not change because we feel really good about it. You know, we have setbacks as we go forward. We make strides. We go 2 steps forward, we go 2 steps back, and that's what we have to avoid. We've got to continue to make the steady progress going forward and avoid those setbacks like we had. It's amazing what happens. You get the hands inside, right?
What's your message to the fans during this little pause of the season?
Just keep believing. You know, I love our fans. We got a great fan base, very passionate fan base. And I get it when you don't win and you start the season like we have, you get discouraged. You start to lose faith. But these players here are outstanding individuals. They're working really hard. They want to make Rutgers proud. They want to go out and play as hard as they can and as good as they can for our fan base. And we'll get there.
Still to come on Our Football with Chris Ash, we'll talk about the captains, the leadership on this year's Scarlet Knights. More Our Football with Chris Ash just ahead.